What's up, campers? It is Jackson Galaxy, your lead cat camp counselor. And if you missed our cat camp in September 2020, you missed this wonderful segment by our favorite Kate Benjamin, like a style expert, founder of Hauspanther, master of the hot glue gun. She's here with you right now to take you through how to build a DIY scratcher, lounger, really cool thing all the way around. And if you need all the list of supplies that you need for this build right here, go to the prep section on catcamp.com. And don't forget, Cat Camp is all about fun. It's all about building stuff, getting together with your kids and with your spouses, or just by yourself and making some fun stuff. So thanks to Kate Benjamin. Go on over to hauspanther.com for more ideas and more style tips from our style guru. The next thing that we're going to do, I'm going to send it on over to my friend and Hauspanther blogger, frequent guest on My Cat from Hell, co-author and master of the hot glue gun, Kate Benjamin, and she's going to teach us how to build something. So let's go build.
Hi cat campers, it's Kate from Hauspanther here, ready for your arts and crafts session. We have a DIY project today that is going to use materials that are really easy to get your hands on. You might even have some of these things hanging around the house. So let's get started. We are going to make a cat scratcher lounge. So the things you need are 2 pieces of heavy duty cardboard, and you want to cut those to 19 inches square. Then we need 1 piece of a sisal rug remnant, and that's cut to 16 inches square. For this, what I like to do is you can order them online, and companies that make sisal rugs sell just the sort of leftover scraps, and you can buy them by the pound. They're really great for making all sorts of cat products, scratchers, beds, things like that. Or you can just find a doormat or something at the store and cut it up to use for this purpose. Then we also need 4 mailing tubes. These are the kind of tubes that you can buy online. Maybe you have some that you want to recycle, that you received something in the mail. But you need 4 that are the same size and the same length. So these are 15 inches long and 2 inches in diameter. And just a note, when you order the tubes that say they're 15 inches, they're actually 16 inches because they leave a little bit of room, a ½ inch on each end, for the cap that goes on the end to seal it off. So that means that the interior usable size is 15 inches, but the tube itself is actually 16 inches long. So that's what we're going to use today. You'll also need some rope. So you could choose either sisal or jute rope. This is jute, and I'm using ½ inch thickness. So rope comes in all different sizes, and the thickness will actually affect how much rope you need and the overall dimensions of this project. So I'm using ½ inch jute. I bought this online. This is 100 feet, and you need about 24 feet per tube, so you can get all 4 out of 100 feet like this. Then tools you'll need are a glue gun and some glue sticks, a roll of masking tape, some scissors, a ruler, and a pen or pencil to mark with. So once you get all those things collected, then I'll show you how to put this together. The first step is to wrap your tubes with the rope. So one little trick that I like to do is, in order to prevent the end of the rope from fraying while you're working with it, take a small piece of the masking tape, maybe a couple inches, and wrap it around that end, kind of pulling it tight. And that will actually keep it from unraveling, especially when you're working with a thicker rope. So you've got to get your glue gun plugged in and warmed up, and you're going to start at one end and attach that end that you just taped. So just like this, we're going to hold that down and let that secure in place. Okay, now we're going to glue the rope as we turn the tube so that the whole thing is covered and that rope is really well held in place with that glue all the way down. So if you're not really used to using the glue gun, be very careful here because this is where you can burn yourself. So you might want to wear some work gloves. There are nice gloves at the hardware store that can help you do work like this and still let you get a good feel for things without burning yourself. So you can see how that just sort of keep going around. So you really want to pull that rope and push it up to the row right before it, so there's no gaps in between each row of rope. As you start to get towards the end, you want to figure out just how much rope you need. So wrap it around and figure out we're going to have it end right about there. So mark that spot and then take another small piece of masking tape, wrap it around right on that spot, and then grab your scissors and cut straight through the middle of the tape. There, now you have your beginning of the rope for your next one, and then just finish gluing. Right up to the end of the rope, and make sure that end is nice and secure with a lot of glue, and then hold that in place until it dries. So wrapping the tubes is the most time-consuming part of this, so do the other three and then we'll come back and show you how to assemble it. So next we need to put the base together. So we have our 2 pieces of 19 by 19 cardboard. So take a look at the direction that the flutes are running in, and you want to position them so that they are perpendicular to each other. So both sheets are facing in different directions. Then you're going to take your glue gun and really just kind of coat the inside with a whole bunch of glue. You're going to put these two together, and by putting those flutes perpendicular to each other, it's actually going to give it more strength and make it a sturdier base. There we go. So line them up and press those two together. And get the edges as aligned as you can. Next, we're going to take our ruler and our pen or pencil, and we're going to mark in 2 inches from each of the sides. So go all the way around all 4 edges and get your 2-inch marks. because we want to make sure that the piece of sisal is centered in the middle of the cardboard. Okay, now I'm just gonna go ahead and draw a line, connecting my marks. This is all gonna be hidden, so it doesn't matter how it looks, it just has to be accurate. This is creating a guideline for where you're going to glue your sisal remnant or your carpet, whatever you're using for that textured part. So here we have our sisal cut to 16 by 16, which leaves a 2-inch margin all the way around. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to cover the cardboard with hot glue and then glue down the sisal. Line that up with your guides and press that down into place. Now we're going to secure the edges when we attach the tubes to the outside, finishing the whole thing. Okay, the last step is to attach our wrapped tubes around the edge. So this is going to create a bumper that cats can lean up against, and then it has the nice texture that they can scratch on. Plus they can also scratch on the sisal that's in the middle. It's going to be a really fun thing. I think a lot of cats will love this. It's what we call a scent soaker. It's something that they can leave their scent on. They can really own it as well as scratch on it. So we'll see. First step, we want to put another big layer of glue right down the edge of the sisal, because this is going to also help secure that sisal in place. So then another row just on the outside of the sisal on the cardboard. So take one of your tubes and try to position the end tape so that it's either down or facing in towards the other edge. So I'm going to line up the end of this tube with the edge of the cardboard, and it's going to just line up with the outer edge as well, leaving space over here for the next tube to come across. And we're going to hold that in place. And let's see, I think we're gonna add another row, kind of roll your tube in a little bit and put another row of hot glue right along the outside just to secure it in place, and then roll it back. So that should, once it's dry, that should be nice and secure. So the next step is to continue adding the tubes all the way around the edge. So glue down the edge of the sisal and then put some extra glue on the cardboard. This time you want to line up the edge with this side of the cardboard so that it's right in line with the outer part of the first tube. So they will all kind of fit in place like a puzzle. And there you have the Cat Scratch Lounge. It's pretty heavy, it's nice and sturdy, so cats should be able to sit on there and really get a good scratch. The other fun thing about using the tubes is that you have these open ends right here. And what you can do is put a few little toys in there, and now your cat has a kind of like a puzzle toy. They can reach their paws in there and pull those out. And then if they do, you need to get them out if they go in too far so the cat can't reach them, you can just dump them right out, right? So that kind of makes it a whole fun little activity center. They can lounge, they can scratch, and they can play. So I hope you had fun. There are some variations on this if you want to use a different size tube, a different diameter, a different length, or if you want to use a different thickness of rope. You can do anything, just get creative. You will just have to adjust the size of the cardboard base and the piece of the sisal so that it all lines up depending on the thickness and the length of your tubes and the thickness of your rope. You also might use a piece of board or plywood or something as the base instead of cardboard, which would make it even heavier and more sturdy and heavy duty. So make one for your cats and post it and show us what they do with it, if they like it, and if you made any variations, we'd love to see that too. So thanks so much, and I hope you're having a great time at Cat Camp. We'll see you soon.